So we just did another one, which you might have seen, for yesterday, the 6th of Elul. So I want to share with you something from my favorite book of this time period, 60 Days, A Spiritual Guide to the High Holidays by Simon Jacobson. So he says as follows. During this month of Elul, God is very close, nearby. All we have to do is reach out to meet him. What does this mean? It means that all year round there are many layers that shroud your essence from yourself. There is a split between your inner self and your outer self, who you truly are, and what you do, or what you're asked to do. Your spirit versus your activities. In Elul, many of these layers are stripped. You can access, if you wish, your true self, since it is part of the higher reality in the essence of all of existence called God. So how does that work? So he brings an idea by the Alter Rebbe. The idea is called "The King is in the Field" during the month of Elul. He uses the analogy of a king who is returning home from his travels as a way of explaining the phenomenon of Elul. The king had been traveling. He had left his palace and gone to a far-off land outside his kingdom, and now he is on his way home. He is about to enter his palace, and he stands outside in the field, greeting his people. Then he goes back into the palace and again mounts his throne. When the king is in the field, writes the Alter Rebbe, every person has the opportunity, without petitioning for the audience, to go over to him, say hello, ask for whatever he or she needs. The king is smiling. He is happy to be home. He's in his informal mode, and he is predisposed to grant all requests. He's going home. He's happy. And people are coming to see him. That's Elul. On Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, the king is back in his palace on his throne. It's a majestic day, of course. Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur are holidays. Elul is the work day. We are in the field. We are still living our normal lives. Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur have a very powerful energy, because on those days we petition the king in his inner sanctum. We go into God's house, into his chambers. But in Elul, we petition God on our turf. It is a profound message of hope that we don't have to wait for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur to find God. We can go out to meet him now. And indeed it is so. The more we prepare now for those days, the more meaningful and successful those days will be. And it makes me think as well how everybody is able to petition God. Whether you see yourself as great or whether you see yourself as small, God is saying you're great and I want to talk to you. I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts? Everyone is precious in the eyes of God. When we say in the prayers for the high holidays that we all pass God like sheep. So on one hand, when we read that, we feel the finitude and how life is, we have to just be thankful for every day. But it also means that God looks at every single individual completely and totally. We all have our independent relationship with God. We can all approach him. We don't need an intermediary. We don't need even anyone to tell us how to do it. We just have to do it from ourselves and just allow ourselves to relate to him. So here's his reflection question. If you could literally go out to meet God in the field, how would you approach him? What would you ask him for? And here's the exercise. Write a letter to God. Say what you would if you were to meet him in the field outside your home right now. Sanctify one mundane, a field idea, one mundane item in your life and use it for something that would make the king proud. So I want to wish you a wonderful day. Let's continue climbing the mountain together. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll conclude with the blowing of the shofar. Have a great day.